Welcome to our channel Crayonsler. My name is Shahana. I'm going to discuss a very fun and easy topic today, and that is collective nouns. Now, a lot of students face a little problem with collective nouns, not in understanding but in memorizing all the collective nouns. Now, there are so many collective nouns. It is sometimes a little difficult to remember all of them. So, in this video today, I will share with you two cool tricks and that will help you to remember as many collective nouns as you want to. And you know what? The second one is even better. So keep watching. Okay, so what are collective nouns? Basically, collective nouns are a collection of things, animals, people who belong to a certain category, right? For example, if you have heard about Chris Martin, who is a very popular musician, so he is one guy, right? He is one person. So we won't call him a band. He is a musician, right? But the band that he belongs to, which is Coldplay, now Coldplay is a team of musicians, is a collection of musicians. There are other musicians. There is Chris Martin and then there are other musicians as well. So since there is a group of musicians there, so a group of musicians or a collection of musicians is called a band.
Now let us look at some other examples of collective nouns. In this picture we see collective nouns for people. So in the first one we see that a group of dancers are called a troupe. So we'll say a troupe of dancers. Similarly, for a group of sailors, we use the word crew. So we'll say a crew of sailors. Then we have a class of students, a gang of thieves, and a crowd of people. Similarly, in this picture we see some groups of animals. So the first picture we see is a group of sheep. A group of sheep is called a flock. We have a pride of lions, which is a group of lions. So the group of lions is called a pride. Then we have an army of ants, a paddling of ducks, and a swarm of bees. Again, in this picture we see some more examples of collective nouns. These are collective nouns for things. The first picture shows some keys. So a group of keys is called a bunch of keys. Similarly, a group of ships is called a fleet of ships. When we have a set of cards, it's called a pack of cards. When we see lots of trees together, we call it a grove of trees. And then when we climb up a staircase, we call it a flight of stairs.
So in your grammar books, you will find a long list of collective nouns. And your English teacher might also give you some more collective nouns to memorize. So that makes a very long list, isn't it? And very boring also to memorize. Well, not anymore. Now, I will give you two very cool tricks that you can use to remember all the collective nouns that you want to. Alright? So before we move into the next section where I will give you the first tip, I want you to first subscribe the channel and click the bell icon. Okay, so ready for the first trick? Alright, let's begin. So, first of all, I want you to see what I have in my hand. I have with me two pieces of paper. So, I want you to make some chits like these. So, I want you to make chits from two different colored pages. Okay? So, I have chosen a purple and a pink. You can choose your favorite colors. But please remember that there has to be only two colors. Okay?
Now this is what I want you to do. On one colored chit, write down all the collective nouns. For example, if I want to write a pack of cards, so on purple chit, I am just writing a pack. Now on the pink chit, that is the other color, I am writing the corresponding common noun. So for a pack of cards, I will write the second half of the collective noun, that is of cards,
I will write it on the other paper, other chit. On purple, I wrote a pack, which is the collective noun. And on pink, I wrote of cards, which is the corresponding common noun. So in this way, I have written all the collective nouns on the purple chits and all the corresponding common nouns on the pink chits. So please remember that the collective nouns will go on one colored chits and the corresponding common nouns will go on the other colored chit. Alright? Having written all the chits, now you have to turn the chits upside down. Now this is where the fun part begins. Alright, now we'll play a little memory game over here. So, have you turned all your chits upside down? Are we ready? Let's start. Now grab hold of someone in your family or ask a friend to play this game with you. So what you have to do in this game is first you pick up one chit. So first we'll pick the purple chit, one purple chit, and see what's written in that purple chit. So in this case it is written a fleet. Now you have to pick the corresponding common noun pink chit. So I just picked one pink chit, and does this match? A fleet of cards? No, that's wrong. So that's not right. So now you have to keep it back. Keep these chits back in their places. Now it's the other person's turn. So again, as the drill goes, you have to first pick a purple chit, which is the collective noun chit. So it's written a pack. And now you have to pick the corresponding pink chit. And what have you got here? A pack of puppies. Now is that right? No, not at all. So again, since it's not right, so you have to keep those chits back in their places. In this way, you will each take a turn and see what you have got in the chit that you pick. So in this case, we have a constellation, and on the pink chit we have the corresponding common noun, which is stars, a constellation of stars. Now is that right? Yes, that is right. So now that you have found the match of a purple card, so you will keep that aside on your side. So that's your pair. You have won the pair. In this way, you have to collect as many pairs as possible. The player who gets the highest number of correct pairs is the winner of the game.
To sum it up, the chits are placed face down in a random order. Each player takes turns to turn one purple chit and one pink chit face up. If the collective noun written on the purple chit matches with the common noun in the pink chit, the player wins the pair and keeps it. And if they don't match, the player returns the chits back to their places face down. Now it's the other player's turn to do the same. This game ends when the last pair has been picked up. The winner is the person who has the most number of pairs. In this way, you will not only enjoy studying collective nouns, but also find it easy to remember them.
That was cool, isn't it? Now let's go on to the second trick. Now for the second trick, I want you to look at this. This is a sticky pad. Now if you go to any stationery shop, you can buy these from there. And once you have these in your hand, this is what I want you to do.
First of all, make a list of all the collective nouns that you are forgetting. Next, use one sheet of sticky notepad to write one collective noun from that list. Now, you can use different colors to write. For example, I am using red for the collective noun and green for the corresponding common noun. Please remember that you must write only one collective noun on one sticky note.
So for example, on this I have written a bunch of grapes. Alright, I haven't written anything else on this. Just one collective noun and the corresponding noun. A bunch of grapes. And then look at this. This comes off easily. There's adhesive over here. Alright, there's a glue like thing over here. So that will help you to stick it anywhere you want to. Alright, so what I want you to do is that you just don't go about sticking it everywhere. Stick it on places that are your favorite places. For example, the place where you keep all your toys, near the TV, near the fridge. All these favorite places, you can stick one of these sticky notes, and whenever you visit them, you can simply read it out, and that will help you remember. In very short time, you will be able to remember all the collective nouns that you are forgetting. Alright? Okay, to recap what we did today, we did collective nouns. What are collective nouns? They are basically a collection of people, animals and things. So that belong to the same category. For example, grapes. If we see a bunch of grapes, then a bunch of grapes. So bunch is the collective noun for the common noun grapes. Alright. Similarly, if we see a fleet of ships. So ships is the common noun and fleet is the collective noun for ships. Alright. So we discussed collective nouns, and also we discussed two very cool tricks that will help us remember all the collective nouns that we have to memorize. Alright. Now I want you to like this video if you loved studying collective nouns today, and also share it with your friends so that if they are having problems with memorizing collective nouns, then they can also get benefited. Alright, that's it for today. Adios amigos.